Thank you very much.
10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Cahill. Look, first of all, I want to welcome the witnesses here, and I suppose I've been at different committee meetings here previous to this, and it's tough to see having to come back here again and hear issues still not resolved. And like you have said, confidence is totally lost in the forestry sector and planting trees and all that, because we can't believe anything from the government anymore, and especially this minister, who I have said doesn't want a spruce tree to be planted or doesn't want a tree to be cut down. I don't know what the said minister what her purpose is at all, because she's not helping people. I mean, he have been wiped out, and coming from a small parish, a hurling parish, the clash of the ash, we appreciate it as much as the Clare people do hurling, but our little club was a hurling club, and they only ever played football when they got too dark to see the sliotar. So we really loved ash, and when we cut down a tree, what was left of it, there was a grand fire out of it, and we derived pleasure from that as well as being heated. But it's sad to think that this disease, which has been blamed on the department for bringing the disease in from abroad, it's sad to think that they are not being compensated, or not. I mean, at this stage, it has gone on so long, and all I'll say to you is I'm 100% in support of your cause. I was watching here a little bit between up and down to votes, or and there was issues. I had speaking time and other things, but this is terrible. And to think that this sector of our people, our own people, that invested and set aside their land. And I hear what you're saying, Mr. White, about to be very careful and to read. There's a lot of talk about this planting of a hectare now, and that is the thing to do or whatever. And I, like you, I'd say the same thing. Plant it if we want to plant it, but don't plant with the expectation that we're going to get any, recognition from the government by the way of grants or whatever, because, like you say, if something happens, it'll be clawed back. If you do something, it will be clawed back. They'll be looking for the money back. It's not your land anymore, it's their land. And that's what people must realise now. When they plant anymore, they don't own the place. And like you said, it's sold to the department, and are they in charge of it in any way. You can't do what you want to do with it anymore. And that's not right either. And look, all I say to you is, you can rest assured that I'll do as much as any other elected representative to help you to get fair play. And if you have to come in again, it is regrettable. I know that you all are busy and have other things to do, and it's an ordeal to come in here, but we appreciate you for coming in and fighting for what you believe in, because that's what we're here for as well, and that's what we're here for, to stand up for you and to make a case. And we'll continue to do that, because right is on your side. He deserves to be seen after, and I'll do my best like the rest of the people. And thank you, Cahill, for allowing me.
Thanks, Deputy. Mr. White.
Thank you very much, Deputy Healy-Rae. The one thing I would say is, I don't want this meeting to end in negativity. We, who could be very negative, we want to be positive, we want to go forward. We actually are very committed to forestry. If it's done properly, it has huge benefits for this nation. It's bemusing to us to find what's happening, because there's so much potential out there. We need it for the environment. I find, do people realise that we're signed up to planting 500,000 hectares to get up to 18% of this country under trees? And that's a low percentage for Europe. But to get to that by 2030, that's only down the road. That's 500,000. If we were to do the 1 hectare which the government has put, this minister and such, they've put so much effort into the advertising of it and promotion of it. If we got 10,000 hectares planted in that scheme of 1 acre, 1 hectare, it'll be all we'll get done. It's ludicrous. We need to be putting promotion onto real forestry, to getting trees into the ground which are needed. And that will only happen when you deal with the legacy issues. And the major legacy issue here is ash dieback. It will be a small price to pay because in the end, we're not going to be able to make our targets for climate change and such like. And nothing can do it easier and better and more efficiently than trees. And we need them. And we're the people who can do it. But there isn't an acre of land in this country that is needed to be planted that isn't in the hands of private owners at the moment. Quilshire doesn't have any more land. We own the land. You've got to entice people to plant. You've got to make it worth their while, and you've got to do it properly. It's got to be done, it's got to be managed properly. There has been a hell of a lack of that leadership, and that needs to be addressed. And it can be done. It can be done. The people are willing to do it. Let's get together and get it done.
Thank you.